I think care and support for employee. That is part of the DNA and culture of OCBC. When we were reviewing our employee value proposition, we tested, with the external party and internal employees. The feedback came back exactly very strong, that this value that we represent in terms of support and care for the staff is very genuine and very authentic, and this is what they identify OCBC with. We take the part very seriously because every year when we look at the way we measure the improvement that we make in terms of employer branding, what does it mean to the staff? We have an annual survey for employee engagements score. One of the things that we focus a lot when we kick off is the importance we place in terms of what we want the employee to give us as feedback. The group CEO will actually kick off the exercise, the survey, with a personal message that actually explain and detail what are the action plans and what are the improvements we have taken from last year's feedback before we actually start the survey. So every feedback is taken seriously, and the feedback is given to the task force in every respective business division for them to actually work on to see how we can actually improve this process. And because of this feedback, we actually introduced quite a lot of program that is now part of OCBC program in terms of what we actually create as value proposition for our employee. I think it plays a very key role in shaping what is our employer branding. Because first, I think when you look at OCBC, OCBC has been a bank that has grown quite well in the last 10 to 12 years. First, from a very strong Singapore bank to be a bank with very strong regional presence in the key market they wanted to build. At the same time, when we look at the market they want to build, we also look at the fact that we needed a lot of talent. And we put in place a talent management program that is not just focusing on Singapore, but focusing on the region itself, how to attract talent from Singapore, from the region, in order to make sure that we have enough talent inventory in order to support the business we want to grow. So we have in place programs like Young Bankers Program, where we attract young graduates coming into the organizations, where we give them a chance to be rotated to different business so that they experience what it's like to be a banker, not only just from the specialization that they will embark on, but at the same time other activity within the bank, whether it's control, whether it's risk, whether it's audit. At the same time, as you progress in your career, we have Career Best program where we actually try to encourage staff to have career conversation with a supervisor, and whereby we can actually do intervention if there is a need or a gap in terms of learning, training, that we actually will assist staff to go on their journey if they want to become even more successful. Our aim when we look at a staff is that they have to be successful not only in a professional life, but in a personal life. So when we look at this program that we roll out, it must encompass all these important ingredients and vital part of the journey for the staff. I think one of the programs that we are particularly proud of, it actually came from a feedback from staff, is that when staff look at career within OCBC, they don't see what their current job as the career that they end their career at OCBC. So they always look for opportunity to go for an opportunity for a career that is beyond the current division. So we have what we call internal mobility within the organization, and this program we call internal job posting. We started the program a number of years back, and the staff is allowed to actually apply for a job outside the division, even without the permission of their supervisor. Because this, we wanted to encourage them to be able to freely explore opportunity beyond the division. And we actually set ourselves a benchmark whereby at least 20% of every open position in the organization are filled internally. And then at the same time, we look at the way we actually build our internal talent pool from the senior management that currently is within the organization. More than 50% comes from internal pipeline. So I think this is a testament that we believe and walk the talk that if you want to have a career and you want to aspire to do something different and progress in your career, you're willing to invest the time and the effort to make sure that you're equipped with the right skill and to move along with the journey with OCBC.